If your key fob is unresponsive and your i3 alarm is randomly going off, like mine did at 9 o'clock at night, your 12-volt battery is most likely the culprit and dead. And this video, we're gonna change it. Now, if it's late at night, you want to disconnect your battery. With the 12-volt battery dead, key fob is not gonna work, obviously. You're gonna have to use the manual key to get in your car if it's locked. Pull the strap. I smell weed. Pull the strap to release your frunk. Open it, and then you're presented with obviously your storage compartment and these panels. These panels are Velcro. They come right off. You've got 4 bolts, 2 in the back and 2 right up here in the front. They're T25, and then you've got 2 bolts in the bottom. They are T27. Before we remove the 12-volt battery, you want to go over here on the right side of the car, and you want to do the high voltage disconnect. So to do that, just pop this tab up, the red tab, and then pull up. To get this far, you're going to need a 10mm wrench to get both this bolt and this one back up in here as well. For this one, I'd recommend a socket with an extension and probably a very shallow socket right here so you can get back in there. Once you loosen these, this bracket comes out. And you see how this is raised? This is why I was saying you kind of want a shallow socket to get back in there, or a universal joint. Makes it easier on you. Once you pull the bracket, we're gonna want a 10mm ratcheting wrench. I wanna pull the negative side first. And as you can see, there's a lot of wires right here. Some of them are small. It's very tight and confined. Right here's the negative side, all the way back there. So have some patience when you're in here working. You don't want to rip one of these wires and make a big boo-boo. Then you pull the negative side off. This is a real pain in the ass. Positive side. This does flip back, but in a confined area that we're in, there's a lot of small wires. It's really a pain. So what we're gonna do is gently pull this battery out at an angle, then lift up this flap. Use our wrench to loosen this bolt. And that comes up. Now, there's a vent hose that's, oh, son of a. Now there's a vent hose that's right here. That's connected to this piece. Disconnect that hose first. If you don't, and you go pulling this battery out, you're liable to break this, like I did. Now, once that's disconnected, or broken in my case, we're gonna gently slide this battery out of here without losing anything else. Oh! And our battery's out. Now, once you get your new battery, we're gonna have to transfer the terminals from the old battery to the new battery. These take a T30, and if you didn't break your vent tube like I did, you would transfer that over here to the new one as well. Oh, wrong way. Now we're ready to install our new battery in the area in the back. Now comes the slow process and cautious of installing this new battery. So I'm going to put this in first. And put my positive on, but make sure that the neutral side isn't touching yet before I'm ready. Because if you're not careful, you may have sparks. We're going to ratchet this on here. Okay. Let me put this back down. I'm going to take our neutral. Man, this is a really confined area. And we stick our battery back in here. What am I on? Okay. There we go. We don't want to have sparks flying. Man, doing this with it snowing outside, and it's cold. My hands are cold. All these little plastic clips in here are driving me nuts. And I don't have much room. Okay. Now we gotta put our bracket back in. Oh. There's foam right here that is like making it complicated for this. There we go. This damn battery to sit on. Now we install a bracket. So it says, okay. Now we're gonna put this in. And I'm gonna hand feed the other one back in Egypt in here. Can't find the hole. I can barely see it. Okay. Now that's where the ratchet comes in. I'm gonna go this way. Oh crap. Damn wires. Okay. That part's done. Now we gotta reconnect our HV battery. I like how it yelled at me. To reset that, push the red tab back towards the black piece and push down. And then push the red tab further down. And that's it. Once you have your old 12-volt battery out and the new one installed, you then register that 12-volt battery. And to do that, you can use Bimmer Link, which you have to pay for to get that functionality, and a Bluetooth OBD2 adapter. I used Veepeak to do mine. Once I got that 12-volt registered, I thought I was completely done. Because up to this point, my i3 12-volt battery died in my driveway at 9:30 at night. And getting a new 12-volt battery took 3 weeks. So for 3 weeks, I had a glorified 3,500-pound European brick in my driveway. Because without the 12-volt battery, I couldn't get it to go into accessory mode to move it up my driveway, or to move it at all for that matter. So I got the battery installed, I register it, and I thought, great, now I can move it up my driveway. Negative, Ghost Rider. It wouldn't go into ready state. Accessories came on, I had the radio, I had climate control, but it wouldn't go into accessory state. I thought maybe I blew a fuse or something. So I looked through all the fuses, tried to figure out if there was one that was important or not. or that, you know, dealt with it going into ready state. There was nothing. So I wasted a half hour doing that. Frustration level climbing. I decided to let it sit, like some people online have mentioned, and I'll walk away. So I get out, plug the EVSE in, and we have a red light. So now it can't charge. I thought, well, I'll get the Rex generator in manual mode, and maybe it could charge the battery that way. Nope, I couldn't even do that. I thought, what the hell? So I get the adapter out, I get Bimmer Link, and I look through all the modules. Another half hour later, I couldn't find anything. Nothing. I searched Google, why won't this car charge? Maybe there's another blown fuse I didn't see. Nothing. At this point, my frustration level is through the roof. Really frustrated. So I plugged the EVSE back in, and I was gonna walk away. In doing that, it gave me a blue light. Well, that's good. So I quickly ran around, opened the door, and I looked at the display, and it said I had 1% charge, which is strange because the car died with a full charged high volt battery. But at least it was taking a charge this time. And for the giggles, I decided to see if it'd go into ready state, which it did, and went right into neutral. And this is where I hatched the idea of pushing this 3,500 pound car up my driveway. Yeah, that almost ended with the i3 making out with my flex with me in the middle of it. I was not having that. But I was feeling a little bit less frustrated. At least it went in ready state. Still wouldn't go in the drive and wouldn't go into reverse. But that was a patrol. At least this time I was making what felt like some progress with this car. Plugged the EVSE and I let it sit. Come out 2 hours later and it told me, I checked the display and it told me I had a fully charged high voltage battery pack, but I didn't have electric range. I still had the e-power, nothing was grayed out, but I had 0 electric range. Like it didn't even register, give me a number or nothing. I turned it on, put it in a ready state, and this time it went in the drive. I thought, yes. And it went in reverse. Sweet, I can move it. It did that with an addition of the Rex generator running, which was completely strange because it's telling me that the high voltage is fully charged, but yet it's activating the Rex generator. Didn't make any damn bit of sense. But it was the only time this ever sounded like an actual BMW. Because as I accelerated and deaccelerated, the Rex generator increased or decreased its RPMs, but it never cut off. So every stoplight, every red light, cars pulled out in front of me. Really? The Rex generator was still running away, even though I had a fully charged battery. It didn't make any bit of sense. It was comical, actually. I take it on a 7-mile drive cycle, reset the TPMS, and I get back home, back into my driveway, plug the EVSE in, gives me a blue light. No green light that we're fully charged, but a blue light, so at least we're charging, and I moved it. I thought, fine. I'll let it sit even longer. Come out the next morning, 6 hours later, key fob, unlock, looked at the display, I have 77 miles of range and no issues. Put it in ready state, put it in drive, and it moved, obviously. But the Rex generator didn't activate again. All of that over a 12-volt battery. It's like it had to find itself again somehow. I don't know. Maybe because mine sat for 3 weeks without a 12-volt battery and it completely lost its identity, and somehow magically it found it again by sitting and getting power. I don't know. But that's my rant. Let me know in the comment a couple of things. One, when you changed your 12-volt battery, or if you had to, Did you have any frustration like I experienced, or was you able to swap out the battery and turn the i3 on and go on your merry little way? With that battery, has anyone modded it so that you can get a regular standard battery from any brick and mortar auto parts store and use that instead of this specialty puny little 60 amp hour battery? I know you'd have to change the terminals, but has anybody modded the i3 to take a bigger standard battery? And I'm just curious. I registered my battery, but there's been some talk online about that you don't really need to register that battery. Some say you do, some say you don't. What's your opinion? If you liked it, hit that button. But if you didn't, well, then you know what the hell to do. I'm Eco Belkin. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Stay safe.